Good afternoon, everybody, or early evening. It's John again. So nice to be here. We're going to have another little cooking lesson today. I'm going to show you a couple of things. Today, I'm going to be making a wonderful dish called pasta fagioli. A lot of you may know it as pasta fazool, as you hear a lot. So I want to just show you in basic steps. First, I'm going to give you all of the ingredients, okay? I'm not a big recipe guy and don't write down everything, but I'll show you what all the ingredients are so you know, and then I'll show you what we do with them, and then we'll assemble it all. So the first thing that you want to see today is what's going in it. Here's what I use. Some fresh oregano, fresh basil, we need celery, and I use a lot of organic stuff. It's not all organic, some of it is, and sometimes most of it is. I use Vidalia onion or a sweet onion, a white onion. Don't use yellow onions. This is a very nice blend of Italian and Portuguese. Here's where the Portuguese and the Italians meet very, very nicely, okay? You got to have chorizo, very important. I use a hot and spicy one, along with margarita pepperoni, very, very good. Those are a couple of key ingredients, and I'll show you how to do them right. We need cannellini beans. I use them in the can. You want to boil your own and do all of that, you can. I simplify things here. You need just basic granulated garlic, pepper, crushed red pepper. I use Frank's hot sauce. Do not use Tabasco in this dish. You use Frank's hot sauce only. I've got some marinara that I'm making. If you notice, I've got a big vat on the stove there, nice and fresh. Someday we'll show you how to use that too and make that. Can't give you the exact recipe, but use your own marinara sauce in this here. And I use about this much. A couple of basic staples that you need to have in your kitchen. Beef base and chicken base. Now I buy these items, you can get them right at the supermarket. I get them at Restaurant Depot, but they have them in the supermarkets too. They just cost a little bit more there. Basic ingredients for this dish. I'm gonna chop the vegetables up, I'm gonna do all of that, and I'll come back and I'll show you and we'll tell you a little bit more about what we did and why we did it. Talk to you soon. Hey, we're back. So now we're gonna take the next step. We're gonna take all the ingredients and start making the pasta fagioli. Okay, this is what I do. This is not what everybody does. This is what I do. There are all different kinds that you can make, some with meat, some without meat, some without the sausage. But the first thing I do is I just take a couple of tablespoons of the garlic oil that I told you I make ahead of time, just a little bit in the pan, because I want to get this stuff in here. First thing we've got our chopped onions here. Notice the cut on the onions is a little bit different. They're still a little bit bulky, but these are cut into squares, okay? And I like my vegetables to be a little bit chunky. Now they're gonna be a little bit softer in this here, of course, because this is a whole different kind of sauce. Well, I got this sauce that's cooking here. Now I make my marinara sauce in a big vat like this. And then what I do is I put it into containers, quart size, when this cools down, and then I freeze them. So we always got marinara in the Micheletti household whenever we want it. And we make lots of good stuff with it all the time. It's a good base. Okay, so our onions are in there. We want to add our diced chorizo. You can see the cuts I did here for the chorizo and the pepperoni. Now we're not going to cook this real long, just a little bit. We want to start blending these flavors together, okay? So, all right, so, see that stuff starting to cook, doesn't it? Looks nice. So, we're gonna do the next thing here. You notice I've got some fresh basil and some fresh oregano. I'm gonna put that in last. I'm not gonna put it in yet. I'm gonna add my celery now. Just gonna cook this a little bit. All of this stuff. Okay, so we've got our vegetables and our chorizo and pepperoni. We cooked it down a little bit, as you can see. So that's what you're going to start looking like in there. See how the colors are starting to change a little bit? So Remember, we're gonna cook this and boil it. It's a soup. So this is what I do. I took 4 cups of the pasta that I boiled, the salted pasta water, and I took 4 cups of it. I saved it, and I put a teaspoon of the beef base and a teaspoon of the chicken base into this water to give me some flavor here. We're adding that 4 cups, and make sure you get all of that. You know, some of that base might stick to the cup there. That's okay, not a big deal. And now, let's mix that in there. Okay? And this is gonna get nice and hot, stop boiling. Okay? Now, I wanna take my fresh oregano, just wanna peel it off of that stem, put it in. Look, you can use dry too, which is fine. Just use a lot less when you come to dry because it's a lot stronger than the fresh basil. Okay? And it doesn't matter. You can implement things, you know, and substitute a little bit. This dish is really nice because you can do whatever you want. I've got some fresh basil, and I'm just going to take this fresh basil, take my stems off, and again, look, you don't have to cut, you don't have to play, you don't have to. I like to rip my stuff up and throw it in. Makes me feel good. You know, it's like I'm almost breaking the bone of a fresh vegetable. You know, I don't know. Here we go. So we got these nice flavors going on, starting to smell really good. Okay. We do not put the pasta in this dish. Notice I got the pasta cooked and on the side. This is my law. When you make my pasta fagioli or pasta fagioli, you keep the pasta on the side. We add it later into your dish for each serving. We do not put it in there because what it does is it sucks up all of the juices and swells it all up. This way you keep it separate, and every time you want some, you add the pasta, you keep it in the refrigerator. Really nice. Now that we got this here and there, I'm adding about a quart, a little less than a quart of my marinara sauce. And we're gonna put it in here, and we're gonna have a nice tomato flavor here. Okay? You can use just a canned tomato. If you wanna use something like a pastine, kitchen ready, that's fine. I don't. I like this here because it's got all the other stuff in it. There's basil and oil and garlic, and I ain't telling you anymore, okay? That comes later on. I gotta say, I don't know about you, but I've really been enjoying getting back to doing some cooking here. It's been a lot of fun. It gives us some time just to be together as a family doing this here. You notice none of my family's here because I don't want them here when I'm cooking, okay? I don't like anybody in the kitchen when I'm cooking. So now, look at this nice color here. Look what we got going on. This is gonna cook and reduce. This is where the Frank's Red Hot comes in, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Not 13, 12, I said. Mix that up. Now, when this all comes together, oh, it's gonna be so nice. Okay, so, look at the consistency of this right now. Come on over here, Nance, come a little closer. Show them some consistency. See what's going on here? See how this is getting, it's got a nice rich color to it. This is going to break down a little bit more. It's going to cook. The beans are already cooked, so I don't want to put them in yet. But everything in the can, all the you know, it looks like syrup almost, but it's not. It's just from the water and the beans. These beans act like a natural thickener here. Okay, you don't have to thicken this here up because the beans will do that on its own. They're already pre-cooked, so you don't have to cook them as long. If you were using beans that you soaked overnight and cooked yourself, you'll want to put them in a little sooner and let them cook a little bit longer. Okay, so we got all of these ingredients out of the way. We're cooking this a little bit more and we'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. It's about 8-10 minutes later. Look at this here on high heat. look at what's happening. Look at these vegetables, look at everything. This is what's happening here. It's boiling nice and high. Now here's where we add in our beans, okay? I'm gonna take those beans, we're gonna take everything in that can, we're gonna put them in now, okay? You can add more beans, you can do less beans, whatever you prefer, because there's a lot going on in here. See what's happening now? As this cooks a little bit more, it is going to thicken up, and when it's done, I'm just gonna check it. I might add a little bit more garlic. I might add a little bit crushed red pepper or black pepper. I'm not sure yet. I've got to season it. Those are the final things, just to season it to taste. In the meantime, what's going to be fantastic with this, again, we don't put the pasta in until we serve it in the bowl. Usually I use a tubette pasta, the little tubes, which is traditional for pasta fagioli. It's got a nice, it holds a lot of the juice and the flavor, but I couldn't find any in the market because of COVID-19 here. You can't get any good pasta. So I'm using just a mini bow tie here that I think is going to be just as nice, okay? So let me show you a little trick that we're going to do here. Well, because there's nothing that's going to go better with that dish than some delicious Italian bread. Now I buy Italian bread, I wrap it in foil, and I freeze it. I usually keep it right in the bag that it comes in too, the paper bag, wrap it in some foil and freeze it, so I've always got bread in the house. You can freeze the bread, the Italian bread, and I'm gonna show you how to make it just like new again, okay? This thing is frozen solid, it's in the freezer. What we're gonna do is, we're gonna take a little bit of cold water, not much, okay? In our frozen loaf. We're just gonna rub some water over it. I washed my hands already. I know there's COVID-19, okay? And I'm just rubbing down the bread with a little water. I'm not soaking it. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm just rubbing it down with a little water. I'm gonna take that frozen loaf of bread. I'm gonna put it in this cheap microwave that I bought because mine broke until tomorrow, okay? I'm gonna put it on for a minute, just like that in the microwave, okay? This here is starting to continue to boil a little bit. The vegetables are finishing, getting just to the right consistency. The beans are starting to thicken that up a little bit. It's gonna be fantastic. We're gonna put a little Parmesan cheese on the top of that later. So we've got this here in our microwave for 1 minute. I've got my oven. This is a convection oven, but you don't need a convection oven. Just make sure your oven is hot. All the way up, 500, 550, all the way up, whether it's convection or not. Put that oven all the way up. Have it ready, okay? Once this bread comes out, we're gonna pop it in on a rack. We're gonna leave it in there for maybe 4 minutes or so. It's gonna be crusty. It's gonna be hot throughout because we're heating it in the microwave inside. It's gonna be just like it was fresh baked. Nice little secret that I have there that I use all the time. This here comes out. Okay, we're back and we're almost ready to eat. You ready? That bread that we put in this oven about 4 or 5 minutes ago, look at it. It's like fresh and brand new. It's crusty. When you hear that little crackle when you push on it, you know it's delicious and cracking. Oh, can't wait to have it. So what I'm doing, I took it out of the oven. I can't cut it at this very second because it's just too hot. So I'm gonna put it on a rack here, and you notice I didn't put it on a countertop or on a flat board because it'll get moist underneath it and it'll get wet and soggy. When we do this, it stays crunchy because when I bite into my Italian bread, I don't know about you, but I like to break a bridge or bust a tooth in my mouth or something. I want a crunch. Now, this isn't the best bread that I've got right now because I couldn't get any of the bread that I really like from Bono's Bakery. However, this will do for now, and I can take any loaf of bread. I can go buy dough and make my own bread. So, we're almost ready to eat. This here is boiling perfectly. So let me show you what we're gonna do here. Look at this. Isn't this nice? It's got a nice consistency. Like I said, the beans themselves is like a natural thickener. So, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna serve this now. You ready to eat? You ready to eat? I don't know about you, but I am. So, while that bread's just getting just a little bit cold, I'm gonna take this right off the stove. Or I can bring my dish over to the stove, what I should do. Notice I can put a little pasta right in the plate here, okay? And you notice the little bowl that I got on top of this plate? Notice that it's not sliding around. You know what I did? Just took a little piece of lettuce and put it underneath there. And it keeps the bowl from moving around. Isn't that a nice little trick? I got lots of little tricks. And I'm gonna put this here, right over that pasta. Made a little mess, I came in on the wrong side, but that's okay. That's what the mopping is for, okay? You notice I got a mopping on me all the time. It's not a hand towel, it's a mopping. If you're gonna use the product, call it by its right name, okay? So now, this is all done. We come in from the back side so we don't get it all over the plate. Oh, this has got some beautiful beans and pasta in there. Now, we're gonna put a little bit of grated cheese, a little Parmesan on top of that. Just look. Isn't that beautiful? By the way, I did check it to see if it needed any more flavor, and when I did that, I put everything away. It didn't need anything else. Now you might want a little bit more salt, pepper, or whatever, and that's fine for whatever you like. I like to garnish things up a little bit because your food should look as good as it tastes, okay? So we want to make things look beautiful. Let's come back to our bread. I'm gonna take that bread now. You hear that crunch? You see that steam? Oh, look at that. This is fantastic. We're gonna take our bread. This is real Italian style here, folks. This is pasta fagioli. Have a wonderful day. See you again next week.